Bro, I just ripped my pink slip.
What? I thought you were going to say ripped one. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the No Place Like Homaha podcast. I am your host, Jay Wonder, alongside these two hooligans, Nick Hendricks and Mikey Love.
I ripped my pink slip, bro.
Okay, what is a pink? What do you mean?
The thing you need for your car.
Oh, your registration?
I'm over here. Yeah, I'm over here opening my mail because I just registered it and I just ripped it, bro.
I can't believe you. That's ridiculous.
Oh, my goodness. What a start to Mikey's episode.
Yeah, he's not having a good time. You know who is having a good time? Big update for the pod. The Iona Gales have won a baseball game. Clap it up. Clap it up. Let's clap it up for them.
Round of applause.
Oh, my goodness.
No, I refuse to clap.
Why are you such a hater, Mikey?
Because, bro, I wanted them to go over for the entire season.
They had to do it eventually.
No!
They had to win a game.
Who they
it
think
would have
they
been
are?
an impressive feat if they had lost all of them.
They're not winners.
I don't know. Where's Old Dominion in this conversation then?
Zip your
Are
lip.
they fielding questions right now?
Are we fielding questions?
No!
Interesting. So, as we take a look back.
What's Nebraska doing? Can Nebraska field questions?
No, they're not doing well at all.
Zip your lip.
The question is, can they win at this point? That's truth.
Okay, but here's the difference, though, Mikey. Old Dominion is actually winning games, so why are we not having them field questions?
Because I'm busy. Yeah.
Ripping pink slips.
Anyways, so Thursday against St. Peter's in New Rochelle.
Is
I don't know. New York.
We don't know.
They were there. They won a game 8-5. Then they lost the next two, 6-12 and 7-8. They're 1-29, I believe. If my math is correct. 1-29 that season.
8 runs on 18 hits for the Gales in that game against St. Peter's.
Excellent.
Yeah. So Old Dominion is fielding questions.
Oh.
Why? Let's take a look at them.
We beat Virginia, bro. That's why.
Whoa.
All right. Okay.
What?
Yeah, lick my taint, boys.
Please don't do that on the air.
I'll literally spread my butt cheeks for Playboy Magazine.
Doesn't it go by the name Mike Honcho?
I'll Mike Honcho this thing right now.
This is probably why we never get picked up.
No, we need to definitely. That'll definitely be on No Place Like Homaha After Dark for sure.
Yes, that will be. But let's take a good old look at this. They won 9-2 in Virginia against number 5. 9-2 on the box score, and then Old Dominion proceeds to beat UAB for the rest of the weekend, winning the series. Game 1, 13-2 on Thursday, 9-5 on Friday, and that second game of the doubleheader. They fall 7-4. Mikey, questions on that game? What happened?
None. No answers.
Play the fifth.
This is what happens. Baseball? Yeah.
Baseball.
They had more little hooligans touch the thingy that looks like a home plate more times than Old Dominion. That is why Old Dominion lost the game.
Is that what happens?
Yeah, sometimes. Other times, Old Dominion just is second in the nation in dongs hit since ever.
No, we'll get to that later. We'll get to those stats later. It's just a player. It's just a player, not the actual team.
Nope. There's no I in team. If you want to be an I team, go play golf, which I sucked at this weekend, Nick, in case you're curious.
Yeah,
I did beat Josh, though.
Well,
you did not.
Oh.
Yep.
That is 100% inaccurate.
Facts.
That is a false statement on the record.
Lick my butthole.
Okay. Anyways, Mike is really
if
into
it makes you feel
tonight.
any better, I truly suck at golf. So, but yes,
Can't
that is
discount
correct.
Josh.
Asked.
Who asked? All right, but I think we got some other big news on the podcast coming up.
Really?
Well, big weekend. Who you want to hit it first?
I was gonna say the longest win streak this year so far in baseball fell. The Volunteers dropped 2 games in the last week.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tennessee Tech came and stomped it all up. Pitching performance was just absolutely unreal. I'm going to see if I can pull up stats on this game. And then Alabama as well came in, gave Tennessee their first SEC loss of the year.
Do you know why?
Why?
They scored more
Because
runs.
they
than
had
Tennessee.
more hooligans touch on the home-looking thingy more than Tennessee did.
That's
And
facts.
Tennessee's coach almost wanted to fight the umpire.
I did see that. I've seen memes all over Twitter about
Yeah,
that.
it's pretty awesome.
He bodied him straight up.
Yep,
I don't
straight,
know how to
legit.
feel about that, but
Just like I did to Josh in golf this weekend.
no, okay.
Mm,
We're just
yeah,
gonna
okay.
mull over that one.
The world
But-
didn't mull over it. It's in the world now.
I cannot get an accurate stat line
On?
on any Tennessee score that I have clicked on so far.
Hmm.
Remember
What do you
last
want?
episode? No, remember last episode when Drew Beam was the pitcher for 3 straight games? Well, now he's been the pitcher for like 6, apparently.
Well,
Awesome.
this sounds a lot like a user error to me.
It is a user error.
Well, it's not a
So
me error.
we're gonna figure this out the correct way here. So we're gonna go keep talking. We'll figure this out. when I
continue
get
to
the
look at that.
Here,
I want.
I got
this.
Okay,
I got this.
never
All
mind.
right. Please hold.
I'll just take a back seat. We're good.
Oh, that's Georgia Southern. We gotta get there. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Keep going.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
To be,
Who are you?
I'm waiting
Who
for
are
my
you?
turn.
Hold this L that I gave you this weekend. Thank you.
Mm.
Goodbye.
All right, so I got stat lines coming up on. The
Oh,
good
do
old-
you? Do you?
Yes, I
Okay.
actually do.
Let's see if we can compare and get the most accurate information.
All right, so far we're going to start with the Tennessee Tech Golden Eagles at Tennessee in Knoxville.
Mm-hmm.
It was a 3-2 game final. At the end, Golden Eagles out-hit the Volunteers 6 hits to 4. Each team had 1 error, but the pitching performance was absolutely outstanding for Tennessee Tech. I mean, you hold one of the hottest offenses in the country to only 2 runs, especially with very, very big power threats. You're going to end up winning a game. Brock Smith, for the Golden Eagles, he had 4 hits allowed, 2 runs. One of them was earned, but then you throw it all the way to Carter Genoway, who ended up going 5 2/3 to finish out the rest of the night. No hits, no runs, no earned runs at all. Either 2 walks, 9 strikeouts on the night. As a team, Tennessee had 13 Ks. And yeah, Carter Genoway was able just to hold off that Volunteer offense. I looked at some of his stats. His off speed was absolutely unreal. And I think that's the biggest thing that Tennessee needs to focus on hitting wise. And then Mikey, do you got Alabama's up at any point?
What am I, a personal assistant? Of
You
course I
said
have
you
this
had
pulled
it.
up. Lick my
Alright.
taint, bro. What you want to know?
Unnecessary
know?
amounts of
I got
hostility coming out of
all the
Mikey's mouth
information.
tonight. Good lord.
Well, this is what happens when you say,
Mikey's on one today.
you beat me in golf, because
I
that's
did.
not the case. So, no, you didn't.
I
He's
don't
just
know
still
what's
salty
happening
that
here.
I did it.
Lebby and I did come with W. Although I was carried the entire 18 holes.
How many balls did you actually play? Like 3? 18?
Probably.
Oh my gosh.
I was also teeing off with a 3-wood the entire time.
That's what I
Anyway.
usually do anyway. So, but
No, he
anyways,
broke
going
his
back to
driver, so-
Knoxville once again, SEC play. Alabama ends up
Yeah.
giving Tennessee Tennessee another loss on the week, 6-3 the final of that game, and then Tennessee ends up winning the series 9-2 on Sunday, 15-4 coming in on that, or 9-2 on Saturday, 15-4. Excuse me, on that game 3 on Sunday. So the Volunteers still with a very hot offense, but some teams ended up finding a way to kind of punch a couple of numbers across the board very late in games. That's what it seems like. Because Tennessee scored early in Tennessee Tech, and they got up to a 2-0 lead in the first inning, and then Alabama basically controlled it the rest of the way. They had a 3-run fourth on that win on Friday night and a 1-run ninth to kind of push it away, give some extra insurance runs. Once again, out-hitting the Vols 11-9. So Tennessee still remains at that number 1 spot. We'll break down the rankings as well. But any other games that kind of hit home last week?
I did tell you that Florida the Vanderbilt series was going to be decent.
You said it was going to be a sweep, though.
No.
You did.
Fact check me right now. Pull it up right this very
Fact check
second.
me.
Oh, gosh.
The
I don't
Play
even
it
know.
right
fans
now.
can fact check you.
If
Go
they
back to
fact-
last
If they
episode.
fact check me in 3 minutes,
Let him
doesn't
know in the
matter.
comments.
No, it
Let
has
him know
to
in the
be
comments. Let him know in the comments he's
this
wrong.
very second. At the 9:45 mark.
They're
they
hearing it
have
right
to
now.
have
They
the
can
answer.
pause it and they can just.
Doesn't work that way. Can't
Oh,
pause
it does. You can keep it
Can't
at the
pause time. Can't pause
9:45 now.
videos. Can't pause videos.
You can.
So like
How it
when
works.
there are
Not
video
live.
leaks of Josh licking my butthole, you can pause that.
My
Why?
gosh.
What
It's
is
like the
Mikey's
5th sexual
obsession?
reference
That's-
tonight. You need to chill, bud. Keep it in your pants one time.
No place like
Bucks
Omaha
fans
After
so
Dark
small.
doesn't start till next month.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't tell me that. Quit leaking information to
Yes.
the public.
Vanderbilt did take the first 2 games, just trying to keep this podcast for what it was meant for on college baseball.
I don't think that ever
They
works.
took the first 2 games. They took the first 2 games from them, and then they dropped the third. And they beat them. I feel like they kept them, like even within beating range within the third game too. Like it wasn't.
Funny story, though.
Game wasn't stout. It was 2-run or no greater than 2 runs.
It was the 10th,
for the entire.
And they lost in extras in the last one. So.
Yeah, 4-3 in game number 3, 8-6 in game number 2, and 5-4 in game number 1. Vandy, like Josh said, winning 2 games out of 3. They got Tennessee Tech coming up next on the schedule.
And yet Florida is still ranked.
Florida is still
They
ranked.
didn't fall out of it.
Just want to have a conversation.
Just want to have a conversation.
Usual.
Another big series that I'm looking at is TCU sweeping Texas Tech. That's pretty big.
That was huge, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was it huge?
It was.
How huge?
Yes.
Absolutely
well,
massive.
I mean, considering the fact that Texas Tech is one of the top teams in the Big 12, and TCU has now had they're 24-12, and let me go back here to the last couple of series that they've had. They swept Texas Tech, and then they took 1 game from Texas. So they've had a couple of key wins in some major series. Big 12 series not so far being their strong suits, though. Baylor, they ended up winning that series. K-State, they swept out. West Virginia, they lost 2-1. Texas, 2-1. And now Texas Tech, they found a way to get back on with the offense. And now they've got a very heavy Oklahoma State team coming up who's got some very heavy hitters on offense as well. One of their players, and let me go take a look to see who it was on, I believe, Twitter, put a ball on the street.
Awesome.
The other day. And I think that was against K-State.
Did he get drug tested?
No, he did not. You do not need to get drug tested when you put a ball on the street because everybody seems to be able to do it nowadays.
Well,
but it's still pretty impressive.
I put one over the fence today. In other news,
did you?
I did. In other news, Texas A&M laid a beating on Georgia in their last game.
What was the final score of that
23-9.
Oof.
And just a little FYI, I do not think the rankings have come out yet. I think
they have.
Well, according to this, they're not updated. So
according to the site that I'm looking at, they officially are. And according to
your site is what?
Your
site is what?
Fight.
I'm actually looking at D1 Baseball Twitter and D1.com right now. Or
what does it say?
Right now.
Updated when?
It was through games of April 17th, so it was updated today.
Oh, weird. Mine says updated April 11th, so my information is better than yours. I
don't believe so, but you know what? If we would like to, we can start the read off here.
Well, I'm going to tell you the
Take
information
my deep
that
breath
I
right
have
now.
is going to be from April 11th.
Well, the most accurate one so far is up because Alabama, Ole Miss, Florida, and Arizona are all out.
Well, I'm going to tell you, you don't always have the most accurate information.
Well, this time I do. It's kind of my strong suit of the show.
Allegedly. Well, let us know when we have to take a breath.
All right.
Wait, we're doing this? We're doing this?
Apparently we're going.
Hold on. Let me take a drink.
Let me start
the music.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. So,
tell us when to start. Hold on. Count it down.
Shit.
What?
Okay, wait.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
All right, so we are going now through the college baseball top 25. At number 1, the Volunteers continue with a 33-3 record at that number 1 spot. Oregon State Beavers round out number 2. Oklahoma State jumps up to number 3 after being stuck at 5. Arkansas Pig Sooie stays at number 4. They moved up from 6. Miami, the Hurricanes drop down from 2. They get to 5. Southern Miss now up at the highest they have been all year from 11 up to 6. Stanford sits at 7. Virginia Tech at 8. Texas Tech and Texas round out 9 and 10. Virginia sits at 11. Gonzaga now moves up from 14 to 12. UCLA drops back 1 spot after the weekend series. Georgia stays at 14 or goes back to 14. Connecticut, the UConn Huskies stay at 15 or jump up to 15, moving up 3 spots. Louisville ends up falling back after a series. We'll take a look at that. Texas State moves up 2-17. Notre Dame at 18. Auburn 19. The Ducks of Oregon at 20.
They lasted
Sorry,
a
I'm
long
going
time.
as fast as I can. And now they are
at 12.
Or they moved up from not being ranked. TCU as well not being ranked. LSU now sits at 22. Dallas Baptist at 23. They have dropped a lot since the beginning of the season. And Maryland and Georgia Southern now finally wrap out the 24th and 25th spot of the top 25, both not being ranked after the year. But the Big Ten has a little bit of a shakeup when it comes to the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, who are now on a 15-game win streak.
All right.
That was tough.
Yeah, I know.
You made
I'm
it way
sorry,
farther than I did.
Thanks, bro.
But yeah, so that's the college baseball top 25. There's a lot of teams that have moved up, and like I said, Oklahoma State is going to be one of those teams that they'll sit very high. They have a good offense, a lot of power in that lineup. Arkansas finally kind of moving back up. They're 28-7 on the year. Let's take a look to see who they had this weekend because I kind of forgot where they were. But Alabama closes out with Arkansas at the end of the year. And then in case I missed it, the teams that dropped out were Arizona, Florida, Bama, and Ole Miss after this last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I have a question for you. There's
What's your
5 weekends left in college baseball until playoffs start, until like conference tournaments. Is there any way that Tennessee can drop out of top 25?
Is there any way?
Like if they lose like if they get swept the rest of the time and everybody else continues to win, then sure. But as much shakeup as we've seen throughout, as we've played throughout the weeks, obviously no team is safe up there, but I feel like Tennessee will still stay in the rankings for the rest of the season.
Yeah, like they could drop below 25?
I don't think they could. I don't even think they could drop below 15 at this point. So
here's how Tennessee's schedule plays out for the rest of the year. 3-game series against Florida coming up this weekend. That's in Gainesville. I'm just going through SEC series right now. No midweeks. They do have midweeks, but I'm not going to go through those. They do have Auburn. That's going to be in Knoxville coming up that second weekend going into May. So Sunday, May 1st is that last game of the series. Excuse me. Then they have Kentucky May 5th through the 7th, and that is in Lexington. Then they got Georgia May 12th through the 15th. Then to close out SEC play before going into conference tournament, they have Mississippi State. So far, only one team has been able to sneak an SEC loss past them. And Tennessee went on a 2-game losing streak for the longest losing streak that they have had this year. When it comes to more of an offensive standpoint, I would say there's really no slowing this team down. And the one biggest factor would be as if somebody can take one series before SEC play to kind of put them on their heels. That's the biggest thing that I can think of that would slow them down. But to me, that's not going to happen at the moment. And they're just too strong on offense. They have such a good pitching staff. They've got a closer who throws 104, which granted that your velo can drop at the end of the year, but their offense
just carries them mostly, though.
Oh, yeah. And the one big example that I can show from a team that had a guy who was a starter who threw 104 was threw 100 at least, was Emerson Hancock from Georgia at least 2 years ago. And they ran in the SEC tournament, and they were a force to be reckoned with. Well, they ended up dropping a series, and then that's kind of what slowed them down a little bit. But Georgia was still on top when they had Hancock for pitching, and they had another guy with him as well. Who were potential Golden Spikes finalists. So it's going to be tough for a couple of SEC opponents to try to find a win. I think Florida could possibly be the one to do it. And Mississippi State, that game is going to be at the Dude coming up from May 19th to the 21st. So if you're going to have two teams potentially to steal a series or at least steal a game, Mississippi State and Florida are my teams right there.
Did you happen to see the Mississippi State game this weekend? Games, plural.
Oh, I did not get a chance to fully catch it, but I saw something on Twitter about it.
They were crazy.
Let's go take a look at the page here.
There were dime pieces getting thrown. There were freaking just plays at home that were ridiculous. Whole 9 yards.
Yeah. Mississippi State takes the series against Auburn 7-6 on Thursday, 9-5 on Friday, 3-2 loss against Auburn on Saturday.
Which even that game was that was ended on a missile that was hit to left field, and the dude hosed him at home.
I saw that. Yeah,
you
it was an
said that in the
absolute
chat,
dart
yeah.
from the center fielder.
Yeah, the dude should have never have gone home. The coach should have held him.
Yeah.
Eye on it, because that ball was hit way too hard
Yeah, Case and Howell with an
to go
absolute
second
dart.
home. It was a dime.
But again, why would you say on a ball hit like that, that puts you at, I think they had 2 guys on before that ball was even hit. So that gives you at least a guy at third. You could possibly get another guy in scoring position. And say that throw does go home and misses a cutoff. I mean, you then potentially have a chance to get there. But in a 3-2 game, you got to be able to hold that runner.
Yeah, I think the only thing I could think of is maybe the guy that was coming up is not a consistent guy. He could be more of like a defensive guy, but even then, you'd think they would just go to the bench. Yeah, but I mean, I guess even coming off the bench to pinch hit with the game on the line is even hard.
Yeah.
Well, and here's something interesting. So in that final game, Joseph Gonzalez, the starter for Auburn, who is now 5-0 on the year, ridiculous when it comes to SEC play as well. He had 8 full innings pitched. He had 7 hits, 2 runs. Both of them earned 6 Ks on the night. No walks at all. No walks, no hit by pitches, nothing. So, I mean, besides a few hits and just a couple of runs, man was having a night. And then Mississippi State's closer only allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 K to finish out the rest of the night. So, I mean, you've got a guy who in SEC play can go 8 innings. And granted, you're not going to see that very often, especially in college baseball. But that's a hell of a night to give your team a chance to win and steal at least a game from a Mississippi State team who was the national champs and this year is struggling just a little bit. They're 21-16 now on the year. So.
Yeah, just looking back at the top 5, though, you said Dallas Baptist is still at 23, yeah? Or did they drop out?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, because
Dallas Baptist is at 23.
Yeah, they dropped 2 out of the 3 games to Bradley. So that was really surprising to see that they still maintained a spot in the top 25.
It's like I said, just a conversation.
Yeah,
I understand where you're at.
I might join the bandwagon on that.
We're not accepting passengers, but just one.
I just want to be in the room while you have the conversation.
It might turn violent. I'd say there's a very good chance it doesn't. But no promises. I mean, not bringing water balloons.
Could happen.
That
might happen.
Did you say bringing a water balloon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If there's anything that I've found out people don't like, it's being wet. So.
Interesting, but not a super soaker, just water balloon.
No, yeah.
We'll
see. I like to see things blow up on people.
Okay.
And this is less violent than a
Why don't you just go bucket of water?
No, that's no fun. You get 1 shot.
Well, how many shots do you get with the water balloon? Like how many again?
I'm bringing a laundry basket full of water balloons.
Ah.
Ooh.
What about you fill like not a laundry basket? You fill a bucket with water because like it floats in there, right? Use the water balloons.
But don't forget the mop.
You hit them with the water balloons, and then you dump the bucket of water on them afterwards.
Don't like that idea.
I don't think there was any plot hole in that idea at all. Like
there is, because you're missing a key part. If we're doing that, then I'm running them over with a Zamboni.
That got very violent very quick. Anyways,
they're not gonna die.
Why does that mean that you have to do that to somebody else? If I include this bucket of water, I have to drive over him with a Zamboni.
I've always wanted to drive a Zamboni.
That's just not an excuse.
So why is it going to be over somebody?
Sure it does.
My goodness.
Just like you're telling me, have you seen those asphalt things with the big roll?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Like steamrollers?
You're telling me you've never wanted to run someone over with one of those.
No.
Even in a game.
Not even occurred to me. Nope.
All right. Well, in case the FBI comes
Mikey might be a
sociopath. We don't. Yeah.
Checking that.
But anyways, jumping back into the podcast topic that we're talking about, Ole Miss drops their 2nd straight SEC series after getting swept by Alabama. Goes into Columbia, wins game 1 9-1, and then ends up falling 4-2, and then 8-9 in that 3-game series. They've got Mississippi State, but Ole Miss's offense, Mike Bianco looking a little shaky.
Yeah, they're definitely looking shaky right now.
pitching staff is seeming to be not the greatest as we've seen Ole Miss in the past. I mean, there's been some great starters like Doug Nikhazy that have come through there. Brady Bramlett's another one. They've had a very high-powered offense to be able to get them to regionals, and I still think that they'll go decently far in the SEC tournament. Ole Miss is usually one of those teams that shows up, but they got to turn their tide around. They've got Mississippi State coming up, Arkansas, Missouri, so there should be hopefully there's going to be 2 back-to-back competitive series, and then Missouri should be a good win for them or a good series for them. LSU goes next, and then Texas A&M to close out the year. So tough finish to the end of the year for the Rebels, but hopefully they can kind of hop back onto pace.
Speaking of struggling, what the hell happened to your Longhorns down?
Yeah, Texas has been kind of on a little bit of a rough ride.
Yeah, the Horns have been down.
They're still ranked in the country. They're still 10th on the year. Ivan Melendez still hitting absolute dogs.
Gotta do something. I don't know what it is, but
26-12 on the year are the Longhorns, and they had a game series this last weekend against K-State. They ended up getting beat by K-State twice. So K-State took the series, and that was in Manhattan. 8-5 final on Thursday, and there was a big go-ahead home run by K-State late in the game after a big home run from Texas 2 innings prior, and then 8-1 on Friday, and then Texas was able to find a way to win 4-2 on Saturday's game. Texas now has a 2-game midweek series against Air Force on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then they have Baylor coming up on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and that is going to be in Austin. And then they've got Oklahoma State, West Virginia, Kansas to round out the year. Kansas released some new jerseys this past weekend. They look fresh. Throwback KU on the hatch, just like they had for KC back in the day with the Royals. And then a little bit of a throwback jersey with some white, red, and a little bit of blue on the inside of the Jayhawk logo. I think it looks fresh. I think you can check it out on Twitter.
I think this is the first time Nick has used fresh in a phrase.
Yep, didn't need to hear that.
Probably something you don't need to add to your arsenal.
That Old Dominion has a better record and a better conference record than Texas. So, horns down, shove them up your ass, baby. Let the Lions in there. We're not calling them Monarchs.
Monarchs.
No. Monarchs. Get out of here. Get out of here. Monarchs are butterflies. No.
Monarchs are butterflies.
Monarchs are butterflies.
No.
Oh, man.
No. Stop.
Well, we can either take our normal intermission as always, or we can jump right into a couple of games coming up next week.
We're going to have a short intermission here, and then I would like to hit this break brought to you by the Flintstone Gummies.
Yeah, baby.
You take one and you are set for life. You take 3 and you become a superhero.
No, you become a demigod. Get on the level, bro.
Okay, that's 5. You got to go with the progressive
You didn't
scale.
read the script that they
I didn't read the instructions on the bottle.
I didn't get the
they
script.
sent us a script, dude.
You must have just kept it for yourself.
Yesterday.
I didn't get any email when I run the YouTube channel.
You need to talk to your manager then.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
There they are.
I'm talking
Flintstone
to our
gummies,
managers.
bro. The ad. It's right here. Yes. Flintstone
We're going to
Super
take a
Beans.
brief intermission, and then afterwards we're going to talk about the leaders in each category through April 12th. That's the list that we have. Well, I have on hand. I don't know if you guys have an updated
I have that one as well.
Okay. Yep, we're going to take a brief intermission, and then we are going to address those.
Flintstone gummies support immune health. I'll pause the music.
Welcome. Are you kidding me?
No.
Welcome back from our intermission, as now we will address some of the categories. I can hit on the home run leaders to start.
Hold on. I want to fact check real. I want to fact check real quick before we do that. Mikey, what game did you say before we left or before we got back on Florida State's schedule? It already has a win.
Stetson.
On May 10th?
Yep.
May 3rd?
May 3rd.
Nope.
Are you looking at the wrong year again?
Nope.
That's interesting.
Mikey, on Florida State's website, it says on May 10th, which is a Tuesday, it is $2 Tuesday, and they play Jacksonville.
Listen here, Jimmy Jones. I'm just gonna send you this picture real quick, since you want to doubt me all the goddamn time.
Yikes.
Big
Just hold
eggs.
as I try to figure this out.
Please hold.
How do I
Okay.
open this up?
All right. Anyways, Josh,
there
let's
we
get
go.
the categories pulled
All
up.
right,
here.
so
Yeah. So real quick, you little nerds. Just
still
take
being put in the back seat. I'll wait.
Yep. Just take this. Wait. How do I do this? Yep,
I don't
that
know.
one.
I don't know what he's trying to look up
Paste it.
either.
Paste it. Fuck. I'll send you a picture.
Okay. Anyways.
Can I go now?
No.
Yes,
Shut
Josh,
up.
we can go.
Home run leaders. The top of the charts with 16 home runs. We have Ivan Melendez. Then we have a three-way tie for 15 with Andy Garriola
Here,
out of
fact
Old
check me now,
Dominion.
asshole.
Whoa.
Out of Old Dominion.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Then Jason Hinchman from Tennessee Tech, and then Kevin Parada out of Georgia Tech. Then we have a four-way tie for 14 home runs. Jake Geloff, Virginia. Dakota Kotowski, I believe that's Missouri State.
That is Missouri State.
Okay.
Oh, we got Georgetown on here.
Ubaldo Lopez. Sorry if I mispronounced.
That's the most baller name ever.
And then Colby Thomas out of Mercer. And then we had 12-way tie for 13 home runs, so I'm not going to get into that.
Do you think that dude that you just said, Yankees bald?
Ubaldo?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Be kind of dope.
That would be.
Call him 8-ball.
No.
Oh, my gosh.
I was thinking more like Mr. Potato Head.
Mr. Clean.
No.
Mr. Clean.
Who sings
All
that?
right.
Who sings that?
Young Gravy. Keep it
Well,
that
you
way.
should probably let them sing
probably
it,
let
not
them
you.
All right. So we'll start off now with batting average.
Hold
leaders.
on, real quick, because you questioned me. Text the group.
I did.
Chat. Yeah.
I did.
Lick. My
But
ass.
nowhere on Florida State's schedule does it say Stetson on their
I
actual
didn't
website.
say it was on Florida State's schedule. On their website.
That is weird.
I
don't
just said,
understand where that's
this
coming
is
from.
what I
Interesting.
see.
So here, we'll hold it
I'll
up to
take
the
my
camera
apology
for this.
right now, please. Thank you.
There you
Look to
go.
the camera.
There is a win
Give it to
right
the people.
here.
Yep.
For
Tricky Dick,
Stetson.
please say my apologies.
You
Say it.
can
Say
kiss
it.
my ass.
Fine.
Yikes.
All right.
Hey, Nick,
so,
going batting average. Yep.
Yeah,
Kiss your,
going to
you
batting
kiss your
average.
girlfriend with that mouth?
Yes, I do.
Rude.
Going now for batting average leaders, leading off the nation in 117 at bats. We got from Kansas, Awana. I believe is how you. Yeah,
I don't know.
Ahuna. He's hitting a whopping 453. Then you got Carlos Contreras from Sam Houston State. He's hitting 440. Sonny DeCharia from Auburn. He is hitting 438. From James Madison, Chase DeLauder, he's hitting 437. James Wachowski from Sam Houston as well. Justin Wachowski, he's hitting 432. Ryan Inkoff from Eastern Illinois, he's hitting 431. Murphy Stelly from Texas, he's hitting 430. Jake Hurley from Virginia Tech, he's hitting 429. And then Josh Hatcher from Kennesaw State, he's hitting 426. And then there's two others tied hitting 422. So a lot of high batting averages. And like we said, this is from April 12th. So the stats will be updated next week.
Damn, what kind of information you got? I got information updated today.
Okay.
What?
Give it to me.
I'm just
Are
the
you on
best. What you want to
College Baseball
know?
Hub?
What you want to know? What you want to know? I can do
Batting average leader.
I can do walks, batting average, doubles. What you want?
Batting average leader.
Yeah.
Miles Nicholson.
From where?
UMBC.
What's he batting?
438.
That's not even. Wait.
He is correct. He is on College Baseball. All right.
Yeah.
So now we got to redo this entire thing.
Me now. Thank you.
Okay.
But who is leading in home runs?
Here, I got you.
Somebody send this to me.
No.
Josh, go on
I want to be left out.
It is
Just
Kevin
go on
Parada.
NCAA.com.
Kevin
All right,
Parada's
so-
got 18.
We'll throw it back now to batting averages on the correct stat line.
Good.
We got
Yeah,
Miles
'cause Nick
Just give the top
continues
5.
to
Yeah,
give
just
you
give the top 5.
False information. Sorry, guys. He didn't have
Yeah.
his Flintstone gummy today.
Yep. I'm excited.
Mhm.
But then we got Michael Carrico from Davidson, he's hitting 431. Tyler Cox from Dartmouth hitting 430. Max Garten from Canisius, he's hitting Max Grant, from Canisius, he's hitting 427. And then Josh Hatcher from Kennesaw State, he's hitting 424. Throwing it back now to ERAs. Lowest ERA on the season from Cameron by Wichita State, a .61. Wow.
We got an Omaha boy up there.
Yeah, we do. Caleb Riddle from
by
University of
any
Nebraska,
chance
Omaha.
Related to the Ryan Riddle?
No,
I have no idea.
Spelled completely different.
That is spelled completely different. It looks like it, but spelled completely different. And both the Riddle boys went to Central, in Pilla, Iowa. But he's pitching .93. He is tied with William Pervert, Prevet, from College of Charleston. He's also pitching 93. Connor Stain from UCF, he's pitching a whopping even 1 ERA. And then Gordon, oh my gosh.
Ingebrigtsen?
Ingebrigtsen from UC Irvine.
Something like that.
Is pitching 1.03 on the year.
Oh, yeah? Well, my stat.
Hey, we got another Omaha up there, too. Dang. Joey Machado. 142.
Is he related to Manny Machado?
Wow.
Tommy Steyer from Creighton Prep.
No, from Creighton.
Well, Creighton, but he went to high school at Creighton Prep. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, Tommy Steyer did. He played at Creighton Prep. He's pitching 138 on the year. Who cares?
Who is it?
Tommy Steyer.
Huh.
He was actually genuinely curious, and we were just like, shut up. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Someone didn't have their vitamin.
Yeah, he's cranky about it.
Had 2 different earn run averages through here. Oh, that's his teams.
Who leads the league in sacrifice bunts?
No, I do
Who does
not.
it?
Who does?
I don't know how to say his name. Tilo Skull.
Tilo Skull.
I don't know.
All right.
Well, hey, base on balls leader is Jace Young, who we talked about at the beginning of the season.
Texas Tech.
So definitely getting pitched around.
Oh,
very
who's got the most strikeouts? Where's it at? Yeah, baby. Yeah,
like actually like them batting or like pitching.
Yo, there's a utility player who's got 89.
Ooh.
Strikeouts?
Pitching.
Okay. That's like a place like
Aaron Judge, Bryce Harper, where you at?
What team's got the most hits?
Ethan
my
O'Donnell
God.
from Northwestern. He's a sophomore. He's got 18 doubles on the year, and he's tied with Joey Walls from UNLV and Nick Wang from Holy Cross. Wow.
Wang. Hey,
that's a sick name to have when you like hit tanks.
How is
Wang? Awesome.
Yo, if you look up the most hits by a team, Tennessee's not even top 10.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Who is?
UNLV.
Yeah, UNLV is a team right now. They're hitting 336. Virginia Tech's hitting 326. Georgia Tech is hitting 323. And then the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, they have figured out a way to play a sport. They're hitting 321, and they're winning 15 games so far this
Tennessee
year.
is
They're on
ninth.
a 15-game win streak. Yeah. Tennessee is at a whopping 9th. But still, if you're anywhere on that list and as a team, your batting average is
what
over
are you looking at? No, they're not.
The batting average list.
Oh, I'm looking
average.
at hits. I'm looking at
batting average.
Hits. Go to that real fast. Yeah, UNLV, Georgia Tech, Rutgers, Texas, Virginia, Wake Forest, Texas Tech, Louisville, Nevada, tied, Grand Canyon, Tennessee.
Damn.
As a team,
Omaha
Tennessee.
What? Omaha's tied for 3rd with shutouts.
Oh, man, let's go.
Let's look at home runs because I want to see Tennessee is leading home runs.
Tennessee is also leading earn run average for pitching. They're at a 207 as a team. Rutgers is on that list. They're 4th over Vanderbilt and UCLA and Virginia. They are pitching 307 as a team. Southern Miss and UConn, they're on that list as well. Southern Miss is 2nd in the nation in the ERA. They're at pitching a 278. So
Old Dominion is 3rd in home runs.
Good Lord.
Yeah, and they're not ranked.
There it is. Just every time.
I want to see home runs.
We'll have a conversation. I don't know if we can get that specific.
Yeah, we can.
How are teams batting on when it's 73 degrees outside?
Kevin Parada for Georgia Tech, he averages he's got 18 home runs. He averages .49 per game.
So this website is not accurate.
How?
3 teams have turned to triple play, and I'm pretty sure there was a 4th one turned this weekend.
There was Virginia, and that was a wild
And it's
triple
not on
play.
here.
Well, I don't know, but yeah, against Pitt, Virginia ends up turning a 5-2-3-3-2 triple play on the year. The first baseman thought that was all 3 outs. He threw the ball away, ends up picking up the ball again, throwing it back home to the catcher. They tagged the guy out at home, and that's how Pitt ends the inning. That's a tough way to end the inning, but that's also a tough mistake to make and the runner to get tagged out on.
Speaking of tough mistakes here, real quick. Sorry, Josh. If you can look at this hit batters on here, and this is by pitching.
Okay.
So Iona is ranked first.
Okay.
They've hit 78 batters in 245 innings. And if you look at this, there's not a single top 25 team anywhere on here.
Oh.
Which I think just goes to show.
Yeah, just giving away those runs.
Just
and
the
stuff.
little things, bro.
Oh,
Allow you
gosh.
to be. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just want to look
from,
at. Okay. Yep. You go ahead.
Sorry.
Take a back seat, boy.
Pitcher from
I've
Arkansas.
been living I'm living in the trunk at this point.
We did kidnap you. Yeah.
Pitcher from Arkansas Pine Bluff has hit 21 guys so far this year on 39 innings pitched.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, see here, then you see this. This is pretty interesting too. Hits allowed per 9 innings, and Tennessee leads that.
Solid. Well, there's a lot of big stats in here, but I think we got games ready to go for next week.
And we gotta let Josh say what he was going to say.
Well, I was just going to say like the updated home runs list because we have Kevin Parada from Georgia Tech now has 18 home runs. Then we have a 3-way tie. Matt Coutney from Old Dominion, Ivan Melendez from Texas, and Colby Thomas from Mercer all have 16. Then we have a 6-way tie with 15 home runs. Tim Elko from Ole Miss, Jeff Fabian, Florida, Luke Franzoni from Xavier, Andy Garriola from Old Dominion, Jason Hinchman, Tennessee Tech, and Trey Lipscomb, Tennessee.
Yeah, Lipscomb's on fire too.
Little update. I'm glad Tim Elko's up there. Yeah.
Before you move on, this is fascinating too. Runs. Texas Tech leads that.
For
And
runs,
they're not even
like,
ranked. No, just straight up runs scored.
Oh, yeah.
Tennessee's
how much?
4th. They've got Texas Tech has 360.
holy cow.
Which is crazy to think that they've scored
They've
runs,
lost those
but
games.
still are not ranked top 25.
Well, that's just
And,
pitching stuff then.
Subtle
If
jab,
you're
but,
given your
Well, Texas Tech is still ranked. They're 9th on the country.
oh, are they?
Yeah, they're
just
still
out here
ranked.
spitting lies. Just a
they
subtle
dropped
little
all 3 from TCU this weekend.
plug right here, but Old Dominion has scored 325. So,
There you go.
Just want to have a conversation.
I just want to murder somebody at this point.
Yikes. With a Zamboni, apparently.
Yeah.
No, I've changed.
But while we're on this,
Okay.
oh no!
Wow. So much more aggressive.
While we are on this podcast, Arizona and Creighton just went final. The Arizona Wildcats there are 6-0 over the Creighton Blue Jays. Gonzaga as well is in a battle with Oregon State, the second-ranked team in the country, down to Gonzaga 12-6 in the bottom of the 6th. And then another game to start tonight, Texas Tech, New Mexico. They're
canceled.
Waiting to canceled as well. Kansas State beat Wichita State 12-1, and I think that's pretty much all that we
Baylor
have.
beat
For the rest
Lamar.
Of the day. Baylor beat Lamar, yes.
Mhm.
I think that was everything.
All right, so let's take a look ahead then to this
Midweeks.
weekend. Yeah, well, I mean, midweek, I guess.
Couple
Midweeks
midweeks.
carry about as much weight as my testicles, bro.
I mean, apparently not.
Kentucky
Like,
and Kentucky
Virginia
and
losing a
Louisville are
game.
this week, so yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What?
Virginia lost a game in a midweek series to Old Dominion. So
Yeah,
I mean,
look what that
carries
did.
weight.
Absolutely nothing.
Iona's
Well, you know
playing
what?
Rutgers on Tuesday.
Ooh.
See if they can carry the momentum.
Ooh. One win against against the team with 15 wins on the season, or 15 wins in a row. Stanford has Cal Poly. LSU's got Louisiana, just the Raging Cajuns. Texas State's got UTSA. Oklahoma
Clemson's
State
playing Georgia. That'll be
Roberts.
pretty good.
That'll be good.
Nick, is Notre Dame ranked?
Notre Dame is no longer ranked now.
Good.
Yikes.
Nope, they are not.
Tennessee Tech is playing Vanderbilt.
That'll be good.
That'll be a good game.
Yeah, it won't be, but continue.
Why?
Kentucky has has Louisville, and that is on Tuesday. Wednesday games. Or Notre Dame is ranked. Hold on, wait. Is Notre Dame ranked? I thought they were.
I don't know.
Oh,
You've got the updated rankings.
Let me look. Nope, they are 18th now. They dropped from 10.
They're still ranked though.
They are still ranked.
They literally just got swept by Duke this weekend.
Yes, they did. But they have Purdue, Fort Wayne, and they'll be ranked 18th in the country, and that's on Wednesday. Auburn has Kennesaw State. Arkansas has Arkansas State. Georgetown has Virginia, UConn, Boston College, Southern Miss, New Orleans. A couple of other games not with rankings. Stony Brook, Manhattan, Rhode Island, UMass Luau, New Jersey Tech versus Monmouth, and Binghamton versus Cornell. Throwing it to this weekend, we'll start with some Thursday games if we got any.
Yep, we got Mississippi State and Ole Miss, and then Missouri and LSU starting their series on Thursday.
There you go. SEC play starts on Thursday. Friday, Grand Canyon at Stanford. Baylor goes to Texas. Boston College hosts Virginia Tech. UConn hosts Villanova. Virginia has North Carolina. That should be a heat, or that should be a gunfight right there. Gonzaga
Wake Forest
goes
is
to
playing
St.
Notre
Mary's.
Dame.
Where's LSU at in the rankings?
LSU in the rankings is 22.
Louisville, sorry.
Louisville?
Yeah.
Louisville is 16.
Oh my God.
Mikey is just heated. Southern Illinois,
Rice
the
and Southern
Salukis.
Miss will be a good game.
I think the NC
Dallas
State
Baptist.
Louisville game will be good.
Mm-hmm.
NC State's kind of needing to pick it back up.
Even though
They've
I'm
been
upset.
falling hard.
TCU's playing a hot Oklahoma State team.
Oregon State's got Washington coming up this weekend. Texas A&M, Arkansas. Tennessee, Florida. Gators of Gainesville hosts the number one team in the country. Auburn, South Carolina.
I'll say this. If Dallas Baptist does drop another 2 out of 3 to this South Illinois team, like they did last weekend to Bradley, I think they fall out of top 25.
And you think
Dallas
maybe Old
they'll be out.
Dominion
I'm
slides in
hoping
there?
to see Old Dominion slide in
I
there.
want Old
they would
Dominion back in
deserve
the
it
top
if,
25.
if Old Dominion sweeps this weekend and we see a falter from Dallas Baptist or something, I think they should be.
They got Virginia again here in 2 Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Who does Old Dominion have this weekend, Mike?
Florida Atlantic.
There you go.
FAU. West Virginia and Texas Tech, if we didn't talk about that one, or we might have. Arkansas and Texas A&M.
That should be a good series as well. Any game down at College Station is always hard in SEC baseball. Arizona State, that starts on Friday for the rest of the weekend. And then, series pretty much goes
Florida.
out through the rest of there.
Yep, that's sounding like it.
Ooh, Houston, Memphis, Cincinnati, South Florida for not ranked games. UCF, Wichita State, East Carolina, Tulane. And then Dayton, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Davidson, Fordham, George Mason, St. Louis versus St. Bonaventure, VCU versus St. Joseph, George Washington versus Richmond, just to kind of keep
What
hitting
conference are you just rattling off right now?
That conference was the Atlantic 10. I can go with the Atlantic Sun as well. Stetson,
Please
Florida
don't
Gulf Coast.
rattle any of those.
Bottom
I'd rather
line
you
has
rattle off
them all.
Metro Atlantic.
This is all of them.
Please stop talking and either pick between the Ivy League or Metro Atlantic. Don't continue with what you're doing.
Don't continue what you do.
We'll just kind of keep it the Big Ten since it's relevant.
I don't see how, but okay.
Yikes.
All right, so in Big Ten play, because we all are Nebraska fans,
No,
sadly
we're
when it
not.
comes to sports
Get
this
out
year,
of here.
Nebraska
Rutgers looks to continue their win streak. They got Iowa this weekend. Michigan has Ohio State coming to town. Nebraska goes to Indiana. Belmont is in Purdue. Penn State goes to Minnesota. Michigan State Northwestern. My camera just shut off. Maryland goes to Illinois. Wow.
Your camera doesn't want this bullshit you're spewing.
It's like you change conferences.
I guess not.
I gave you
What
2
the heck?
options. You chose neither, so the camera was like, goodbye.
I think my camera actually died. No, it didn't. There we go.
It
All right,
it was like, no, we're not doing
Oh,
this.
yeah. Battery has been exhausted. So Nick is
No,
no
it's
longer
lying
on there.
to you.
It's lying.
Nah, it's tired. It was only at 75%.
Yeah, from all your
It was
bullshit.
charged during the intermission.
There's no way to charge it. I left my charger at my buddy's house while I was turkey hunting this weekend to
Be
film.
better.
Turkey hunting. in quotes.
I know.
All right. Well,
But-
I think that's all the games this weekend.
Yeah, I think unless anybody has anything else, what else do we
Yeah,
got? Also,
this,
in case anybody wants the Colonial Conference Game of the Week, High Point
Yeah.
Northeastern.
Thank you for that.
This episode is brought to you by Norton 360 with LifeLock.
What?
Whoa,
My
what?
script is
Are you just
gone.
reading ads that are
My
on the
script
screen
is
right
gone,
now?
bro. It got deleted. My bad.
Norton VPN, huh?
What?
All right.
All right. Well, since you're already here, please like and subscribe this video. If you do know anybody within the Flintstones Gummies Corporation,
Or
let them
LifeLock.
know that we. Yep, sure. Norton as well. We'll take some sponsorships. Again,
Or even Allstate.
this has been the No Place Like
Why are
Omaha
we looking at
podcast. We're
big
also on. Guys, shut up! I'm closing this out.
You shut up.
We
I'm trying to
also
read out
are
the
on.
ad,
We
bro.
also are on
Norton 360 with LifeLock, baby.
on
Lots of
TikTok
identities,
and
lots
Twitter.
of devices, one family, one plan for your whole fam. LifeLock identity theft protection for each family member. Device security, online privacy. Opt in to cybersecurity.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways.
At Homaha Pod, Twitter, TikTok. Again, I've been JD Wonder alongside Nick Hendricks and Mikey Love signing off for this week.
Adios, everybody.